Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for stopping by. I am really glad that you did because this is the update for the month of March. All the things that I have finished, which I do have several finished projects, and the things that I'm working on, plans that I have for upcoming projects. So let's get started with everything that I have been working on for the month of March. All right, so I'm going to start out with the projects that I have finished. And as I said, I do have several of them, quite a few smaller projects that I worked on this month. And I'll just start with my new series that I have begun this year. It's the Washcloth Workshop, where I am working through a book called 101 Easy Knit Stitches. And this is a book that I picked up while I was in South Africa, living there, and brought it back with me and working through several projects and or stitches and creating washcloths. And so if you haven't checked that out, would love for you to do so. If you're interested in knitting, I have done 5 washcloths that I have knitted. I am doing one more, but then going to switch to a crochet washcloth where I want to try out some cable stitches. So um, yeah, so this month I finished 3 washcloths, and I finished the cartridge rib stitch washcloth, and I will put a picture of it up here. And the reason that I am doing that is because I am actually using it right now. It is in my kitchen sink and it is wet. So I finished that one. The next was the waffle rib stitch. Really, I love this. And I'm just using some of my scrap cotton. The one up to this point were, and even my other one, the next one I have is uh 4-weight or worsted weight yarn. And so this is a washcloth I made called the waffle rib stitch. And then this one was the next one. It's the fisherman rib, and I didn't put a border around this side because it ends with one looks like a border. However, I'm thinking I probably should have, because you can see where the fisherman's rib is a very stretchy fabric, so you can see where it has stretched a little bit through the middle, and it probably needed a better border just to keep it more of that square or rectangular shape. But this is a beautiful stitch. Really love it, and can see why it makes such great hats. A lot of times it's used for hats or scarves, and can see why, because it's very soft and squishy, very thick fabric that was created. And the one that I just finished, I will put a picture of it up here because it is being washed. It is the seed stitch, and really love the texture of that. It is got a rough, scrubby kind of texture. Now, I did use a 3-weight yarn, and it's got a little bit of sparkle in it, and so I think that helps give it that scrubby texture as well. But the seed stitch does just tend to have that stitch, and I really love it. So I finished those 3 washcloths this month. And then I shared that I had finished 3 coasters. So if you haven't seen the last Leave It to Stitches video, and by the way, this is the second video I've mentioned, and all of those are linked on the screen and in the description box below. But I talked about some simple stitches, and I made some really simple coasters, but that turned out beautiful. And I have given them to my neighbor, so that is why the picture is up. They turned out really pretty. It took me no time, probably 15 minutes, maybe 20, to make each coaster. And so knock those out really quick. They were really pretty, fun to make. The coasters are a pattern called Simple Crochet Coasters by Tiffany at Beautiful Dawn Designs. And yeah, really love them. And then the other small project I made is this beanie, and I really love it. It is very, very, very simple design, completely all half double crochets in this beanie. It is called the Fast and Quick beanie, and it's by Sylvia at Unique Stitch Designs. But I really love it. And you can kind of see these diagonals going through. That is because you don't slip stitch at the end of a round to the beginning of that round and then chain up and start the next round. You actually just work in a spiral like you do with the amigurumis, and it creates this diagonal little design through it. Very simply, easily done. I love the crown and how the stitch pattern is worked from the crown all the way to the end. And I did not even put a ribbing around it. I just left it like it is, and really love the design of the hat, and love this yarn. The yarn is, I love this yarn from Hobby Lobby. It is, I love this yarn print, and it is in the colorway Cobblestone Ivy. So that is actually what I have left in the skein. Probably enough to do another hat like this. But yeah, I really love this hat and love this design. I love the texture of it. It is great and so super easy to do. And again, it probably took me an hour, maybe hour and a half at the most, to do this. This is a worsted weight or 5-weight yarn, and I used, I think, a 5.5 millimeter hook for this hat, and absolutely loved it. So that is the other finished project. So those are my quick, simple, fast projects that I got done in the month of March, and but have been working on several projects that I would love to show you. So let's get to my works in progress. All right. My first work in progress is my hexi cardi that I am making, and started another one helping my mom make one, and I have finished both panels of my cardi. Well, I've finished the panels up to fit along my arm. So I have done, and here it is folded. So I have done it so that it will fit around my arm. So now I'm going to add to the panels, but I'm not going to add to the arm depth, this part right here, the arm depth. I'm going to add to the front, the body, the front and the back, and then it will add along the bottom as well. So I'm going to go down around the bottom and back up, and then turn it and go back down. I'll probably add a couple of rows, probably only about 2 rows, because I do want to make ribbing that goes around the neck. and the bottom. And so I will, not sure what kind of ribbing, if I'll just do double crochets or if I will do actual ribbing, but need to save room in the middle for that ribbing that will go all the way around it. And then once I have added to the body portion as far as I want to go, then I will sew up the shoulders and sew the back of the cardigan, the two back sides. Well, I pull out my other side since I have that done. Let's see, I do have it folded right. Okay, so there you go. So these are my two portions right here. And then I will sew up the two parts to the back, and then I will be able to work on maybe the length, adjusting the length of it, and then adding the ribbing. So my other hexi cardigan, it's a hexi top, and it has a collar. I really love it with the collar, but not sure I'm going to do it for this one. I will wait and see, because I do need to then add to the length of the sleeves. My other one, it's short. I did not add any length to the sleeve, left it. But this one, I do want it to be long sleeve, so I will have to do that. And I have this much of a skein left. I thought I had two, but I think I only have one. Yep, I only have one. So I have this much left, and I have one more skein. So I do want to make sure that I can get the sleeves extended. I can go and buy another one of these. I can either buy it off of Lion Brand, probably Amazon, but we'll probably check my Walmart first, because I am using Lion Brand Kobu, and it is carried at my local Walmart, so I can go buy more of this if they have the colorway. Walmart, I find, or at least my Walmart, does not restock their yarn very frequently. And so, yeah, I grabbed up 2 balls of it that I have been eyeing as I was trying to decide what color, because I had one here at the house and picked up the other 2. And so, yeah, they sat on the shelf for a long time. And I didn't check recently to see if they've restocked, but if not, it is Lion Brand. I can definitely order off of many different websites carry Lion Brand. So I'm sure I'll be able to get that if I need it. But yeah, I really love the color of this. And yeah, it's called, I don't know if I said, it's called Steel Blue is the color. I really love this colorway. Um, I love colors, and I consider solids to be, in a sense, a neutral. I think I could wear this with a lot of different things in my wardrobe. And so, yeah, really, really love it, and so excited. My mom, so to update you, my mom, uh, in fact, sent me this picture that I'll put up. She has finished the first panel of hers, and she is finishing up a baby blanket for someone, a friend's daughter who is having, or granddaughter who's having a shower, and a baby shower. And so she's finishing up a blanket, and then she wants me to help her do the magic circle, the magic ring again, to start out her second panel. So she is coming along very nicely. She didn't have as much to do because her arms are skinnier than mine. But she might have to add a few more rows, because uh, stopping for her arms, she didn't have to do as much. And so that means she might have to add more to the body. But that's the nice thing about a hexi cardigan, is that, if you have thicker arms like me and you do it to fit the arms, you might not have to do so much to the body. But if not, you can, or maybe you do because, you just may be bigger than me, and because I'm not very up here at the top. And so you might have to add more, or you could be skinnier arms and then add to compensate for being bigger around. It's so wonderful that you can adapt this pattern to your body shape, whether you want it to be cropped or you want it longer, you want it at hip, you want it really long. It is a great pattern, and you can use any size yarn as well. I am using Kobu is 3-weight yarn. My mom is using a 4-weight or a worsted weight yarn, and yeah, it just is a wonderful pattern, and they turn out so cute. And so many different ways, using solid colors, alternating colors, using variegated yarn, self-striping. It's amazing, all the different ways that you can create cardigans with the hexi cardi. And so, yeah, loving that, excited about getting that done, and being able to wear it soon, maybe. I'm thinking even in air conditioning, I might be able to throw it on. We actually had a really warm week and start to the weekend. And then all of a sudden this week, it's turned out much cooler. So yeah. Um, and, and air conditioning makes me cold. So anyway, might be able to throw it on. Otherwise, definitely excited about wearing it coming this fall. All right. The other project that I started is I have had a ball of yarn that I frogged out a shrug that I made before I really understood thickness of yarn, hook size, and how that determines the drape of a fabric and of a wearable. And so I had this bulky weight yarn, beautiful pink tweed yarn. I don't even know anymore what brand it is. I'm pretty sure I did purchase it in the US, but then carried it over to South Africa and made this shrug, and it was like wearing cardboard. It was like putting on a cardboard box. It was awful. And so, yeah, I frogged it all, and it's been sitting in a big ball. Brought it back from South Africa because I never did anything with it. And I found a pattern. It is a pattern by Donna at Nastasia, and it is the Mobius wrap, and I have started it and really loving this project and the way it's turning out. I'm using a much bigger hook for this. I do have a more extensive video coming out about this that you, as soon as I'm done with it, you will be able to see that video. But I am using this plastic 11.5 millimeter hook. It says P16. I think I got this hook in South Africa. So I think it is P, and 16 is the number. So I think it has US, maybe British, and then the millimeter. So it's a P16 11.5 millimeter hook, and it is big. It is not the easiest using a plastic hook. I'm not a fan of it, but I'm taking it slow and intentional. I am about just over a third of the way done. So I think by the time I finish up with this, it will be a great size. It is a shawl, but you can also kind of wear it around. It'll cross over in the front, so you can wear it over your shoulders and down your arms to give you some warmth. You could wear it as a kind of like a scarf as well. And so really loving how this is turning out so far. But you'll be able to check out one of my Leave It to Stitches podcasts when I share the whole process of deciding what I was going to make, going through, making it, and seeing what it's like when I do finally get it done. So very excited about that project. And yeah, wish I could share more with you about what yarn it is that I am using, but unfortunately, I have been without the label for years and don't know about that. All right, I do remember I have a finished project that I didn't share, and that is because it is part of our shawl swap that me, Mary, aka Mercy Triumphs at Slow Crochet, and 4 others are doing together. And I have them all listed in the description box below. There is Amy, there's Ellen, there's Reina, and there is Connie. And would love for you to check out their channels, but I do have a video coming out towards the end of April that will, or maybe the beginning of May, that will talk, or I will go through the process of making the shawl for Reina, and then Ellen made a shawl for me, and I will also include the unboxing of my shawl that I received from her. So anyway, Reina's is going out in the mail this week, and so excited for her to receive her shawl. All right, I have got a project that you have seen quite often that I do want to share, and that is my Mosaic Blanket. I have started a new repeat, and I am more than halfway through the first row of snowflakes on that repeat. So there you go. That is just a quick update. The last time I showed it, I had finished 2 complete repeats of the pattern. So a repeat are 2 of these alternating rows. So that was the first repeat. This was the second repeat, and I'm working on the third. So there you go. I gave it quite a bit of love this past weekend and really love this purpley blue color that I've gotten into. I'm sure it is a purple. It's just got some blue undertone and very deep, and I really love it. So yeah, and that. And then I have been participating, and I think I've mentioned it, I'm participating in a crochet along as part of the members to Teresa at Critters Crochet, her channel. And every week or so, she puts up a video. She's working through a stitch book, a crochet stitch book, and we do that stitch each week and add it to our blanket. So it is a stitch sampler blanket. And this is what has happened so far. I think I've shown it a couple of times, but I added quite a few rows. I'm going to fold it in half so that you can see and I can hold it up easier. So there you go. I've added quite a few rows recently, and so yeah, there you go. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 from the book. This dark purple right here, it's kind of like a eggplant kind of color, aubergine color. It is just linked half double. I'm trying to remember if it was linked half double or linked single crochet. But anyway, we just did that there. She had a real tragedy in her family and had to take some time off. So we just, she just did a really quick tutorial of a stitch she already knew. And I might decide to do that in several places. So I am no rhyme or reason to the color that I am using. I have got a dark yellow, a lighter yellow, a light purple, this peachy color, and then this darker color right here. And I am just whichever color I feel like working with. No particular order to it, but I might do kind of this linked half double crochet at several places along the way and into the blanket. So we'll see. So the blanket is this wide, and so far that's as deep as I've gotten, or as tall as I have gotten on this. I think it'll work out to be baby blanket size, and I will definitely add a border because it's stitch sampler. And so some of the stitches are really loose, and you can tell this one pulls in quite a bit. And then this one is a little bit looser, airier, drapier. And so I definitely will put a border on it to kind of square it all up around and make everything even. But really love how that is turning out. Every yarn that I am using is yarn, except for the dark purple, is yarn that I received from a friend. She was out going through yard sales and saw a bag of yarn and bought a bag of yarn for me. And the peach one is down there. That was also in the bag. And then I just added the dark purple in there, or the aubergine or eggplant color in there. And that's what I'm using. Most of it, I would imagine, is either Red Heart Super Saver or maybe one of the other box store, big box store brands. But you can tell it is not the softest yarn. But I'm thinking it'll wash up, and probably this will be a donation blanket. But it is so much fun to try out all these beautiful stitch patterns and just learn and do some things that I haven't done before. And so, yeah, really love working on this blanket. And I also just love being part of the crochet community and enjoying just crafting together with other crocheters. So that is a really fun make along that I am participating in. So um, that is it for things that I am working on, but I do have a couple of plans. So if you have seen my video where I did or went to the Middle Tennessee Fiber Festival, met up with Mary, aka Mercy Triumphs at Slow Crochet, met up with her at the festival and shopped around with her. Then you would have seen that I bought some pink yarn that I am going to use to start the Mithril tea. And I'll put the picture of the pattern up here. It is a design by Mariana Muller, who is from South Africa. She's a South African designer. And I just love this design. It actually, and I didn't realize this at the very beginning until I went to really look at the pattern and check out the how much yardage I would need to buy while I was at the Fiber Festival and that kind of thing, and realized that the collar around the V is broomstick lace, and I am so excited about trying that. And so that is in the works. I am going to cake up that pink yarn, and then I will be able to tell you all about it and the process of making that top, that crochet top. The other thing, I have caked up yarn, And in that same video, you would have seen that I bought these little cute cake cozies. So I have my yarn caked up in it with my center pull ready to go. And this yarn is yarn that I received from a friend. We became friends through a yarn swap, and it is Pink Queen Yarns. My friend Claudia is from Germany, and this was yarn that she sent me that we swapped. I sent her yarn here, and she sent me yarn um, from Germany. It is Neota DK, 85% superwash merino, 15% Donegal nep, which are the little tweedy bits in that yarn. And so, yes, so it is DK. Part of the swap, we were to swap DK weight yarn. And so working this up with this super wash merino from Estelle. I found it at a yarn shop in Toronto, and I think it will work up nicely. And what am I making? I am making the Musselburgh hat, and so excited about it. I am casting this on. So I have wound up the yarn and ready to cast on for that hat. And so excited because every knitter talks about it, and I have been wanting to do one and finally have the perfect yarn for matching that. I knew I wanted to use the yarn from Germany, but found what I feel like is the right color choice to go with that. So I kind of debated that yarn, the Donegal tweed in there. The tweedy bits are, there's a bright kind of orange, there's a turquoise, there's a little bit, you can see the purple, and there is pink. There's a little bit of little pink tweed bits in there. And so I was debating between purple and pink, and I ended up with the pink because it was just brighter. I felt like it paired well with the neon kind of color in there. The purple wasn't quite as neon-y, if that's a word. It is a word. Neon-y. I'm making it a word. As the yarn from Germany. And so, yeah, I just felt that it just needed a bright purple, or a bright yarn, and the purple was just not as bright as I was hoping. So I went with the pink. And I am a pink person. So there you go. So I'm excited about casting that on as well. So, anything else coming up? I am headed to Turkey in a little while. Very excited about checking out a yarn shop in Turkey. Can't wait to do that. We're not going to be in the big city of Istanbul. We will be in one of the smaller cities, but very excited about going and checking out yarn. I am saving some room in my suitcase. Not sure how much I can buy with the limited budget that I have, since I kind of blew some budget at the Middle Tennessee Fiber Festival. But anyway, do plan on bringing home some yarn from Turkey. So excited about that. And then looking forward to getting ready for Christmas in July, Christmas extravaganza with my friends KK and Kristen at K&K Crochet. Very excited about prepping for that. I will do that in the month of May. And also planning for Decade Divas, which comes up in September. So excited about those plans as well. Yeah, I think that is it. I do have some things that I talked about in my January kind of planning for the year video. And one of the things that I still want to do and really would like to do in the month of May, or towards the end of May, is frogging out the bottom of my crochet vest and making it a little shorter and then putting the ribbing back on so that it is at the right length, because when I washed it, it did stretch quite a bit. It is superwash merino and nylon. Superwash merino is known to stretch, and it did stretch quite a bit. And so I want to get that ready to wear at least coming up in early fall. I think it'll be great to wear then. And so, yeah, want to get that taken care of as well. So, yeah, I think that is my plans. I do have a couple of shawls that I bought yarn for at the Fiber Festival that I do want to start as well, but may wait until all of my teaching responsibilities are over in May, as things come to an end with school closing, and so does my teaching that I do. Will also come to an end for summer. So yeah, then I think I will be working on quite a few projects this summer, and excited about it. The nice thing about here, I was watching my friend Geraldine G at G Crochet Off the Hook. Anyway, her channel's linked in the description box below. I know in South Africa it is very hard to work on certain projects during certain times of the year. It is not so great to work on blankets in the middle of the summer because the houses are just too hot. And but yeah, here in the United States, with central heating and air conditioning, I'm finding that I can crochet anything at any time of the year, because uh, yeah, sometimes in crocheting in the summer, I need to crochet a blanket because of the air conditioning that I mentioned earlier in the video. And so, yeah, I find that I can work on so many different projects and plan on doing a lot this summer. So, yeah, I hope to see you then, but I hope to see you in the next videos that I will put up. My Leave It to Stitches podcasts, my washcloth workshops. Yeah, please check those out if you haven't done so already. And as always, you all bring me so much joy. I really appreciate you viewing my videos, checking them out. I appreciate subscribers, all my subscribers, any thumbs up in the comments. I love comments because I love hearing from you, hearing what you're working on, um, hearing your thoughts on different projects and different things. I love connecting with you through the comments. So thank you for all of that. And thank you for being here again and watching this long. And I hope that it has inspired you to keep crafting, and may you have a wonderful day creating and crafting. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye.